We are blessed with so many upcoming Dragon games, so here are 10 that you should be excited for. Let's just get right into it. Coming in at number 10 is Glyde the Dragon. Introducing Glyde the Dragon, an upcoming Dragon game which is set to encapsulate the story of Glyde and Wing, as they set out on an adventure to find out the cause of a mysterious corruption that is ultimately taking over their world. Utilize 8 elemental forms which house more than 60 unique and different abilities for your dragon, and in a world full of both small and large foes, you will need to get the best use out of these abilities and your combat skills. But it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop with the combat, because there are many NPCs, AI, who can help you in the game, and these dragons may offer you quests in exchange for rewards or even information that can help you in your adventure to end the corruption once and for all. This is made by Veilguard Games, and its release is currently to be announced, but there is a demo available on Steam right now in which you can play that offers a good taste of what this game will be like, and it will be releasing on Steam, by the way. In my eyes, this is a very exciting game. It brings the nostalgia of the old Spyro games and then the boss fights from like those tough boss fighting games. This is going to be a very fun game to play, and I'm sure a lot of people will love this. And also, if you play the demo, try and find the Velocci NPC, and then let me know how I did in the comments on my voice acting. I'd love to know what you think. Ninth place is an upcoming open world single player game where you take control and take off into the skies as a dragon. This is DragonTwin, and this is a passion project made by a solo developer currently who has a big aim for such a beautiful game. While this game is in early development, the developer has mentioned some ideas that they want to incorporate it, but I have to stress, by the way, they want to incorporate these to the game, but these are just ideas on where he wants to take the game, not promises. This game has some insanely beautiful flight mechanics and insane models of the dragons and physics as well. Looking at the teasers shown off by the creator, this is going to be a fabulous game. The focus here seems to be the flight of the dragons, because there's been some serious time and effort put into making this as fluid as possible. From every clip, there is so much to offer just from the movement alone, with the aim to make a game that conveys the sheer epicness of soaring through the clouds on the back of a monstrous fire-breathing beast in a fantasy world. This game has huge potential. This is made by someone called Sidenius. The release is to be announced, and the aim is to have this on PC only, but if it is successful, they will release it onto consoles. Dominate the skies of Dragonhold. In 8th place, we get an upcoming single player, co-op, or even multiplayer game that allows you to experience the thrill of a lifetime as you soar through the skies of Aval and dive into the deepest dungeons, challenging wondrous creatures or other players. Dragonhold reminds me deeply of the game Century Age of Ashes, mainly when it comes to the dragon fighting in the game. The dragon arena fighting in this game kind of looks like that, but it looks like it offers so much more than just pure arena based combat. As you don't take hold of the dragon properly, you are a dragon rider, and this means you can also dismount from the dragon as well, so you won't always be riding the dragon, especially when you go into the dungeons. You'll be able to fight bosses and explore the ever-changing world without being on your dragon itself. There are 3 classes of dragon riders and 3 classes of dragons, which means you can pretty much tailor a playstyle that fits best to you. This is made by Exis. Its release date is to be announced, and it's going to release onto Steam. A very exciting and promising game. It blends what I liked from Century and then adds so much more in free roam and combat and dungeons and everything, just making an overall complete package. This is a game I have a very loving relationship with, because I've covered it in pretty much every single one of my latest videos for upcoming Dragon games. 7th place is a Dragon Battle Arena game called Skyfear. Although being promised for many years now, this has had a new lease of life, especially with the community early access tests via their playtesting system. This restarted a couple weeks ago. As I said, this is an arena-based combat game, and it has a lot to offer. You fight among different classes and customized dragons with unique abilities and tropes. You can fight against AI or other players on a wide range of maps. The game also features extensive character customization, online multiplayer PvP, offline and single player, and a variety of battle environments and game mode. The game will roughly cost around $15 according to their Discord FAQ, although it's not set in stone. This is made by Protoria Studios, and there is no ETA just yet on where this will release, or when it will release, sorry, but with testing restarting, things look promising, and it's likely to release onto PC, onto Steam. 6th place is a game that I think a lot of people are very excited for. This is a game that one of my closest friends is so excited for. They've loved the previous games in this genre. This is Dragon Age, the Veilguard, and I can tell you this one's going to be one a lot of people will probably be their most anticipated game on this list, and is coming this year. Dragon Age returns with the Veilguard, the 4th major game in the Dragon Age franchise since Inquisition in 2014. This game will feature new locations in the world of Thedas for you to explore, and I gotta say, this game is extremely pretty and it's incredible as well. BioWare have gone above and beyond with what we have seen so far from the hands-off gameplay showcase and the gameplay reveal. Of course, they're improving on what they learned from Inquisition back in 2014, 10 years ago. And with this one coming out later this year on PC, Xbox Series consoles and PlayStation 5, I'm sure this one is probably the biggest fan favourite on the list, and I'm sure will probably be most of yours most anticipated game. Very excited for this one. Even I might be picking this one up when it releases. The next game in 5th place, of course, I do want to say before I continue, this is in no particular order, the list, so 5th place doesn't really mean too much, but this is a really cheeky one. This is Project Fantasy by IOI Interactive. This is an upcoming game, an upcoming project from the creators of the iconic Hitman series, described to be a new IP that is an online fantasy RPG game with the idea of that of a diverse group of individuals with different skills and strengths working together and becoming more than some of their parts. And while we don't know too much about it so far, or if this would even include dragons, I thought it would be a nice addition to put slap bang in the middle of the list, because the realm of possibility is there. This could have dragons, and this is so early in its infancy, it's definitely one to look out for in the future. And if the Hitman games are anything to go from or have taught us anything, this will be a very decent project that we will have on our hands. Being made by IOI Interactive, we don't know much else apart from that, so yeah, keep your eye out on it. 4th place is another project. This is Project Awakening, and it's an upcoming action role-playing game in a fantasy setting. While you can argue that the dragons technically not the mainstay, some of the bosses do have that dragon-esque look, and I think this one slots in nicely with the likes of Dragonhold, but purely going down that boss fighting, non-dragon riding sense. More like that of Monster Hunter, Dragon's Dogma style of fighting dangerous bosses and reaping the rewards through the game as well. A very challenging game that looks very pretty at that. The game looks insanely promising with gorgeous visuals and a focus on combat. And while the boss in the trailer looks more like a drake than a dragon, I'm sure we can simply shoehorn this one into the list of dragon games because you have to know about it. And I really wanted to include this one on the list because this game just looks incredible. And normally I don't cover games like this, so it had to be featured somehow. This is made by Cygames, who have a very good past with RPG games, and in a financial report that was recently published by Cygames, it states that this game is their next game and they expect it before the end year 2024. This is likely to be a PlayStation exclusive, so you're going to see it on PlayStation 4 and 5. So sadly, I won't even be able to play this one. Another bonus game to sneak into the list, because the 37-second trailer brought forward in 2018 is now 6 years old. This is The Elder Scrolls 6. and is third place in our list. Elder Scrolls 6 expands on the Elder Scrolls universe, being the successor, of course, to the Elder Scrolls 5, which was Skyrim, which was released all the way back in 2011, 13 years ago. This is now well over 10 years since the prior game's release and 6 years after the game was actually teased. Claimed to be expected as the ultimate fantasy world simulator by Todd Howard. While Elder Scrolls games aren't usually contenders for dragons, the introduction of them into Skyrim, and of course their later introduction through expansions of the Elder Scrolls Online, make it very likely that the next game following Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls Online could include dragons, making it a potential candidate for an upcoming dragon game. Now, this is being made by Bethesda, and while this was potentially slated to release 2 years from now in 2026, however, in 2023, last year, Xbox CEO Phil Spencer did admit the game is potentially 5+ years away, which means we won't be seeing this until 2028 at the earliest. This is expected to be available on Xbox and Windows devices as well. I'm sure you're wondering, where are all the games that made you play as a dragon? Well, coming in second is the Dragon Game Project, a game I'm pretty sure you can actually play right now. This is a game that mainly focuses and goes down the realm of role-playing as a survival and combat dragon. Enter the world of this game with everything dragon, from dragon people to a variety of different dragons with different attacks and abilities to check out. This is another game that I have had luck to check out and play, like that of Skyfear that I got to play before, and it's really promising. In my eyes, this is made by a really lovely dev team, and I do think this is one that shows promise for a lot of the people who are very excited for games, especially role-playing games here. This has a lot to offer already. There are fun game modes to play already in a vast array of playables, from the wyverns, the lizardmen, the griffins and dragons, across multiplayer and single player, as well as their own mini game which is called Hunters v Thieves, which is really fun, by the way. This is being made by a rather large indie team as well, who are very passionate about the game, and I believe it will be available through Steam. I'm not too sure how you get access to it, but I think you'll find out more in their Discord, and it will be available on PC, Linux and Mac OS. I recommend you go check out their Discord, find out a lot more about it, join the community, ask questions about the project, and just, get yourself involved. We are topping the list off with what I think could be the most anticipated Play as the Dragon game that's on the list, and leave alone anticipated dragon game that you probably don't even know about. This is Wings of Dawn, and if anything is to go from what I cover on my channel at the moment with dinosaur games, this fits that niche, but with dragons. This shows huge promise. Wings of Dawn is a medieval multiplayer game where you play as a dragon or a human, taking place in an ultimate universe where things turned out much differently, where legends and serpents became real. The game takes place in a new region named Illyria, a new world that allows humans to colonize and to seek thrill and fame. However, beware of the reptilian monsters that fill the ecosystems. They can be found from the surface, above, as in below. Dragon players must survive, adapt into new situations, and compete against or with other players, both humans and against other dragons as well. The game offers a lot, from a world full of AI, a large array of playables, humans, and so much more. This is made by a very ambitious dev team, which is being spearheaded by Clacknight, Sadek, and Shadzerius. The team is called Purple Hive Studios, and there is no specific ETA on the release of the game. However, it is expected to have a tech demo in the next month or two, which will have 3 dragons, humans, and 4 AI within the game, and it will be available through that of Steam, and only Steam. However, I do want to mention, as I'm recording this on the 23rd, it's very warm outside, almost as if a dragon has breathed on me. They are planning a big announcement on the 28th. So if this goes out before then, check the Discord on the 28th, join the community and get yourself strapped in for that announcement. If it's already out and the video is out after that, go check it out anyways. That's everything. That's the whole dragon game list. 10 dragon games I wanted you to be excited for, or to tell you about. Which one are you most excited for in the comments down below? Let me know, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.